Hannity Colmes. We're glad you're with us. I'm Sean Hannity. Our friend Kirsten Powers is sitting in for the ailing Ellen Colmes tonight. You know, he lost his voice, Kirsten, I think yelling at me.
Oh, yeah, you have it so hard, Sean.
Anyway, good to see you again. Okay. And we get right to our top story tonight. On Saturday, Hillary Clinton will officially drop out of the race. And tonight, it also looks like she is out of the race to be vice president. Her campaign issued a statement today saying that she is not seeking the vice presidential nomination and that the decision is Barack Obama's alone. Meanwhile, all indications are that the Obama campaign isn't interested in bringing her aboard anyway. So with that X factor out of the mix, all eyes turn to the McCain-Obama matchup. Now, here is the big Hannity Colmes election map that we introduced last week and where we projected all of the states in November. Tonight, we have our first update. It's the state of Missouri, the show me state, where we put the lean McCain column last week. Well, it now moves solidly into the up for grabs category with a new Scott Rasmussen poll taken on Tuesday night after Obama secured the nomination. The poll shows the two candidates statistically tied, and as we said last week, this was a tough state to figure, so now it moves into that undecided category. So tonight, the Hannity and Colmes big map now looks like this: 237 electoral votes in the Obama column and 216 in the McCain column. 85 electoral votes. They're still up for grabs. And again, we anticipate this map is going to be changing quite a bit between now and November. So stay tuned right here to Hannity and Colmes. We'll have all the latest. Joining us now, former Clinton advisor Dick Morris. Of course, Dick's columns, his newsletters are absolutely free if you log on to dickmorris.free. Really?
Free.
Free?
Calm.
All right, there we go. Let's look at this map. The only surprise I see in this map, now Missouri was always going to be a tough state for Republicans, but I think Michigan's in play for the Republicans.
But I don't agree with one part of this map. Okay. I think you have it right that in the northeastern states,
maybe a little different there. Yeah.
That in the northeastern states, McCain has a really good shot of takeaways from Obama.
Where?
Well, I think he has a good shot at Pennsylvania, at Ohio, at Michigan, at Wisconsin. But I also think
Pennsylvania's a hard state for a Republican.
But I also think that in the Deep South, Obama has a chance to take states from McCain. The black turnout in Mississippi is usually 34% of the vote.
Right.
He could gin that up to 40 or 41.
The latest poll, the last time we did this map, because that had been conventional wisdom, but Senator McCain was up by 15 points.
Well, you got to figure out the increased registration, the increased black turnout, and that black voters are late deciders.
All right, let's go to Hillary Clinton in the VP slot. Now, we had Lanny Davis on the program last night. We got a group of Hillary supporters. She's saying that she doesn't have anything to do with this. She's saying publicly it's Barack's choice. Do you believe her, and do you think this is a concerted effort for her and her supporters to get her on the ticket?
I think that she desperately wants on the ticket, and I would not take her disclaimers at face value. What's going to happen is that her voters, her 18 million person army, she claims, will clamor for her to be on the ticket, and it will be an arranged clamor. But that's not the main thing Hillary's doing. She has not given up on the presidential race. Hillary is hovering. You know, the vulture who's hovering overhead.
If Alan was here, he'd be melting right now, but go ahead.
Hillary is hovering.
Yeah.
It's like the boss gave you the job, but she was the runner-up, so she has the desk next to you. So anytime you mess up, anytime you don't get a client, anytime you say something
Powers
wrong,
and Colmes?
It could be Powers. And the point is that what she's going to do is not release her delegates, so that when the superdelegates could put her over the top.
All right,
and if Obama stumbles, or there's a scandal, or there's a tape,
she's in the way.
She's in the way.
All right. By the way, Barack Obama, for the first time, addressed this rumor that had been out there that there's a controversial tape of his wife Michelle and controversial statements. We'll be watching to see if that story unfolds. Now, I want to move on to the issue of the conviction of Tony Rezko, 16 of 24 counts. Father Flager, he had a 20-year relationship. A guy embraces Farrakhan. Reverend Wright, a 20-year relationship. William Ayers, this goes back 20 years. The Rezko relationship goes back 20 years, and they have this property scheme of theirs together. Is this painting a new picture, a new narrative, or do people just, is it sort of, there's one controversy too many, they don't pay attention?
No. I think that you and others have done a very good job of projecting the Jeremiah Wright issue and the Ayers and all of that. But that's only half the negatives on Obama. The other half is that he comes from a cesspool. there is nothing dirtier than Chicago politics. The last two governors of Illinois are either in jail or on their way to jail.
Yeah.
And there is nothing filthier than Chicago politics. And he came up in Chicago politics with this guy Rezko. And then they did this real estate deal. And, hey, a losing real estate deal on Whitewater haunted the Clintons for 20 years. This is one where he may have made money.
A lot of money.
And it's
got
not
a good benefit.
And it's not clear. Rezko paid market price for his property. He didn't pay market price for his, and they came from the same seller. Who's to say that that wasn't a switch?
Yeah.
I just want to go back to you talking about with Hillary that she's going to hold on to her delegates and what she's going to do. Is there anything really wrong with that when you think about it? I mean,
yeah,
in terms of, I mean, that
there
she
is.
wants to.
If she really wanted Obama to win, what she should do is release her delegates, say I'm out of this, goodbye, and let Obama be the nominee. As it is, anytime Obama moves to the center, anytime he compromises a hard left position, he's got to be looking over his shoulder at Hillary, 200 delegates behind him. It would take something
much bigger than that, though, to cause Obama to lose the nomination, though.
Well,
I mean, then to just
yeah, but
moving
the
to the
point
center.
is that she's still playing the game. She's got 3 months to hover and to swoop down when something happens.
So wouldn't that be an argument for putting her on the ticket, just to get her, keep your enemies closer?
There are cheaper ways to win. Because if she's on the ticket, it's a menage a trois. You have Bill Clinton in there, too.
Yes, I know. I've heard you say this before.
But, you know, I believe that
Alan
he
was here,
made
I'd be having a bad night, Dick. I just want to, I'll stick it up for Alan, who's sick.
I believe that Obama made his first blunder yesterday when he put Eric Holder on his 3-person committee that is vetting vice presidential nominations. The last time Eric Holder exercised his judgment, he was the one that told Bill Clinton it was okay to pardon Mark Rich. Mark Rich, who was a fugitive, who renounced his American citizenship, who tried to smuggle 2 steamer boxes full of documents out of the U.S. till Giuliani seized the plane, who defrauded the American government out of $100 million
What are you saying, that you think
by claiming old oil was new oil.
Okay, but so what? You're saying that Obama's going to pick a bad vice presidential candidate, or
I'm
do you think
saying
he's associating with somebody that you don't think
he's
is
told, not associating. He's saying, I'm going to look to this person's judgment. And the last time he made a judgment was to say that Mark Rich should be pardoned.
Well, so who do you think he should have?
And by the way, should bypass the Justice Department.
Well, then who do you think he
so.
should have as our vice president?
It's got nothing to do with that. I don't care who he selects. I'm saying that this is the first appointment of this presumptive candidacy.
Yeah.
And he appointed a guy who let a felon who renounced his citizenship go free.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Okay.
Dick, but it's good to see we're out of time here.
Good.
But we'll be watching. We got 152 days to go.
Thank
Dick Morris.
you, Dick. Okay, and still to come.